Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, so we're on the line with light middleweight champ, Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius, thanks for talking to BoxTalk. How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing great, man. It's, all glory to the Most High. Just here, enjoying my little time off and just, still maintaining. And, with BoxTalk, baby.
Demetrius, a couple of weeks now removed from the fight. Looking back, I'm sure you've watched tapes of it. How would you assess your performance?
I believe my performance was A+. I did everything necessary to, get him up out of there. I hit him with the big shots early on in the fight. Throwing some nice body shots to break him down. One thing I learned is just being patient and not rushing to stop it or to knock down. Because when you just put in your hand and you're putting that leather on somebody's body just consistently and you're throwing accurate punches, sooner or later somebody in the crowd or in the corner jumping up to stop the fight. Pretty much what happened.
Was you surprised? I mean, obviously we've watched a few Brian Rose fights over here. Was you surprised, considering that he's a mandatory, how easy you were able to kind of beat him to the punch for pretty much everything? You kind of beat him to everything, really?
I mean, I usually beat all my opponents like that. I'm not surprised. This is what I've been doing since I was J-Hard, and I've been winning tournaments all my life in the amateur program, and now it's time for me to move on up in the pros, and here I am, and I'm just my name is hopefully becoming a household name, and I'm just gaining the experience and learning as I'm in there. Just my confidence is where it's always been as high because I train extremely hard and I work harder and smarter than everybody else. And I'm here to win. I ain't here to do anything else. And I'm looking for bigger and better fights. And I just want to show the world I'm growing, I'm learning, and it's time for them top guys that you guys are mentioning to come this way.
I'm not sure if you're aware what you've done in the UK. There's been a big debate now in the UK because of that performance, really, that you put on Brian Rose, whether British fighters are ready or mentally prepared to step over to the UK and take on people like yourself. I mean, going into the fight, we spoke beforehand, and Brian Rose has only been defeated once. Were you surprised by his performance? Did you expect a bit more from Brian Rose?
I mean, he did what he can do. When somebody's consistently throwing a jab in your face over and over and dipping and dodging and sliding and sliding. If you watch all my fights, man, it's pretty much going to be the same forever. When I fought Freddie Hernandez, Varnes, Monterosian, they couldn't do much either. So I mean, it's not a surprise. It's just it's just a whole nother level, and I'm coming, and I let the dog out.
Brian Rose's promoter, Eddie Hearn, when he came back to the UK, he was honestly shocked that you're not already a major star. He thought the performance was amazing. He thought your charisma was amazing. Is it a case of your team now really working to get you up to those, if you like, those superstar fights? Because he thinks you're already there for it.
I mean, I believe that, patience is everything. And, in all due time, my time will come. I understand and I respect Eddie Hearn for what he has said.
Yeah.
And the tables are turning, and my time's time to show come now. So everything's falling into place. Could I have been here sooner? Maybe, but I can't go off on what if. I can only go on what's going on in my reality and do the best I can to make sure I get in line for these top fights.
Yeah, I mean,
become that 154 star that not just 154, but my goal is to be the greatest athlete out there.
We mentioned it. It's interesting that you mentioned not just 154 because going into the ring, me and Ryan that do BoxTalk, we thought you looked massive actually going into the ring. We don't know what you walk around on, but I mean, obviously it's still early in your career, but are you looking to even go through the weights, 160, even 168, possibly?
Right now, I'm comfortably making 154 class. I've been making 154, well, fighting 52 in the amateurs. It's been about 10 years now. And so I want to make a real legitimate mark at the 154 division. And I have no problem going up to 160, fight any of the guys, but it got to be, worth it. And when I do make that move, I don't want to go up to 160 and come back down to 154, then go up to 160, come back down to 54. I want to stay at a weight and conquer that weight one weight class at a time.
Okay, great. Is there talk about you maybe coming out again probably before the end of the year, November, December? I know you're on a break right now, so boxing's probably not even thinking about the next fight really, but has there been talk about maybe you coming out before the end of the year?
Yeah, definitely. And right before this year's over will be great. I believe I'm ready. If people want to see me, we're just trying to see what's going to be the best marketable fight that we can get ourselves into, for people to understand that I'm here and I'm going to fight the real deal, and now the real deal is going to fight me.
There is a lot of talk of a possible matchup between K9 and Molina. Would you want to take the winner? Are you looking already at bigger fights, already in terms of names bigger than those guys, or would you like to kind of become a double world champion and fight the winner of that one?
I know there's like bigger names than Bundes and Molina, but they're fighting for a belt, and I want to find the division. So therefore, I'll get in there where whoever has the belt at the 154 division class any day of the day, any day of the year, wherever, whenever, I'll be ready.
Great, I love the confidence. Big fight in your division, obviously we can't go without asking you. Obviously Alvarez versus Lara, two guys that I know are on your radar. I'm sure you'll be interested in the fight like most people are. How do you think that fight plays out?
I really don't care how it turns out, because I fight the winner and the loser. It's going to be. Don't get me wrong, it's good for boxing that fight, but if I get the loser first, then I get the loser. If I get the winner first, then I get the winner. I definitely have no problem getting in there with both of them.
Okay. Mayweather obviously just recently announced that he's going to fight Maidana in September. In the UK, it's gone down quite badly. We all wanted to see another performance. We want to see him maybe take on a 154 guy, because he is the 154 king as well. How's it gone down in America? Are people disappointed by that? I mean, do they want to see him maybe challenge, maybe take a step up like Cotto did and fight a bigger guy?
Mayweather, he's a smart guy. Fighting McDonald, I mean, it will be good for some people, but if people know boxing, he clearly, won the first fight. He won it. I understand there's a rematch. They want to do a rematch because it was, people, the judgment, the scores, and thought he should have lost because McDonald was just bullbucking him, throwing haymakers, wasn't hitting him clean.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that, but if you want to see somebody fresh, you want to see somebody that's young, hungry, you want to see somebody give Mayweather all he got, that's Demetrius Andrade. That's not Mayweather.
I like that. So a lot of people have said, I mean, we're on Twitter quite a lot, and your name, along with the likes of fresh young guys like Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, has been the names that have been mentioned, but we always kind of feel like you're just not going to get those fights. The risk kind of outweighs the reward, I guess, for someone like a Mayweather to take those risky fights. Is that the kind of feeling you guys have as well?
Wait, say that one more time, please?
Yeah, I mean, on Twitter, we're on Twitter quite a lot, and three names that have been mentioned. One of was yourself, Sean Porter, and Keith Thurman. Like, why is he not taking on young, hungry fighters? Is it a case of, with Mayweather, the reward kind of just outweighs the risk in terms of fighting you guys? So the risk outweighs the reward, sorry?
I mean, for him, he's always going to get the cash. You know what I'm saying? He's going to bring the money. He's going to bring the income. Now, the list spot, you know, he's going in there with young, hungry fighters that been around the world, that won a lot of international fights, that seen every style, and is willing to get in there with him, not just because of the pay, but just also because he's the best. They got something, he got something we want, and you know, he's the man, and we want to. He's in our way. He's basically in my way. Now, if he wants to go with, you know, Sean Porter and keep coming, that's cool. You know, that's going to be a great fight, but I believe he's to show he's the best man, he needs to definitely fight Demetrius Andrade.
There's been talk now about whether or not Sky Sports, because of that performance that you put on Sky Sports and or Box Nation over here, two really big boxing channels now showing your fights as well. Has there been a lot more in terms of popularity after that Brian Rose fight? Are you kind of feeling that people are now starting to know who you are and watch what you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, definitely open up the eyes for people to, you know, to see what I'm capable of doing. I mean, I've been doing a lot of, I haven't had a lot of good performance in boxing, but every time I step into the ring, I just get better and better, and you know, growing and learning, like I was saying, you know, and it's basically my time now. The time here, I'm here. If you guys want to see Floyd Mayweather in a real fight, put him in there or tell him he needs to fight Demetrius Andrade and not people that's going to stay in there and get hit and can't move and can't box. Like, come on.
Okay, great stuff. Hey, Demetrius, look, thanks again for taking the time to talk to BoxTalk. Honestly, that performance against Brian Rose, in terms for me so far, fighting a mandatory, that was my performance of the year so far. I hope a lot of people in America start to really appreciate what they've got over there. You know, there is a super talent, and we hope to see you again. If you're over in the UK, obviously give us a line. We'll definitely come out and get a face-to-face interview. But no, thank you so much for talking to BoxTalk again, Demetrius.
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks a lot.